family. Raised by Tommy Truthful, Truth Mafia music. We bringing the truth that the mainstream hides.
Welcome to another episode of Truth Mafia Podcast with your host, Tommy Truthful. Today we're doing a solo decode of Lady Gaga's new song, Abracadabra. So you just got me today, guys, but it's going to be a fun one. We're going to get into it. Before we get going, let me do my fair use so we don't get in no trouble. Make sure you smash that like button, share this video, please. Sorry, I was supposed to go live like an hour ago and it would not let me go live. I had to fix the live. StreamYard wouldn't work. I don't know what was going on. So I apologize for the wait, but I'm here now. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. Now, like I said, before we get going, make sure you check all the links down in the description. If you would like to get your personal decode and find out your role in this simulation we call life, you can get that over on my other website, truthfultv.com. And you'll see it's right on the front page. You just click on it, go through the steps. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll show you how to do it if anybody's had problems doing it. And this video is sponsored today through Body Align in the Energy Wellness Protection. They have a bunch of amazing products over there. This wristband, it has the Shugnite, the Tourlamine, the hologram on the back of it has certain frequencies binded to it. So it blocks the EMF, the electromagnetic frequencies that they're bombarding us with. There's also one that goes on the back of your phone because, I mean, it can cause all kinds of headaches, brain fog, tiredness, fatigue, anxiety, all kinds of stuff. It's really nasty stuff that they are hitting us with. And disclaimer, these are just my opinions. You know, if I'm still allowed to have them here in America, I'm allowed to look at art subjectively and give my opinions. So don't try to take me down for bullying, because every time I do a video breaking down a famous person, they try to say I bully them or something. I don't know how you can bully a famous person. That don't even make no sense. I'm just going to expose what I think I see. And that's it. You know, I'm going to keep it real with the people. So before we get into that, we also got the Nano Soma, guys. There's a link down in the description. You can watch the video that me and Richard did together. And this product is amazing. It really just helps your body get back on track and get its immune system working again, right? So they took it out of sugar. It was in organic cane sugar, and this is why they took the organic cane sugar out of everything and substituted it with genetically modified corn syrup, you know. So look into that. That video is in the description, along with the video decode I did. The decode I did, the video I'm doing right now, the actual decode I did on Lady Gaga and Abracadabra and this spell that she has casted on the masses. Before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about Loosh energy, right? So we are in some type of organic simulation, and it's all electromagnetic, the simulation that we're in. It's an enclosed simulation, electromagnetic. That's why we're all electromagnetic energy. And there's entities that feed off this energy that we give off. And there's certain singers out here that are putting actual spells in their music, and they have made deals with certain entities. In Christianity, you call them demons. In Islam, you call them jinn. In my world, we call them the archons, right? And that's kind of what I think they are. Sound check. Is the sound good, guys? So what is Loosh? Let me play you a little clip and then we'll get into Lady Gaga's
Since the beginning of human history, humans have been enslaved by an unseen force called the Archons. These beings have an insatiable taste for the death and suffering of any living creature, mainly humans. When humans suffer, life force energy called Loosh is spewed from the body, making the human a tastier meal for these trans-dimensional beings. According to Robert Monroe, Loosh is created by constantly being fearful, living purely materialistic, low-vibrational intentions and thoughts, indefinite wars, poverty, natural disasters, diseases, and all situations where people suffer and die to consume their Loosh energy. The greater the suffering the living being goes through, the more Loosh energy is produced. Monroe claims he astral projected over 1,000 times and has been doing that for more than a decade. In one of his journeys to another dimension, he discovered something sinister. In the last few months of Monroe's life, he came up with a theory that planet Earth is a big energy Loosh farm. He said he used matrix glitches in our planet and reality to have interactions with light beings, explore other worlds and dimensions. Reportedly, a light being told Monroe that when humans die, their energy is released and harvested by these trans-dimensional beings, who then use it to extend their own lifespans. The claim is that the universe is a garden created by these beings as their food source. According to Monroe, animals were intentionally equipped with fangs, claws, and speed to prolong the suffering of the predator-prey conflict. Animals are also positioned to feed off the plants and off of each other, effectively generating more Loosh. In other words, the more Loosh that is released from our bodies, the greater the meal for our creators.
Sound familiar? Sound familiar, guys? Who is one of Lady Gaga's best friends who we've seen her hang out with a million times? Abramovic, right? Marina Abramovic. So now it's time to get into it. Let me share my screen. Hold on a second. Let me share this screen here. And I'm going to show you where Abramovic has showed herself, okay, she said herself that she's a witch. So this ain't me bullying her or nothing. This is what she says many times. This is Abramovic, if you don't know who she is. She says she's an artist, but she's admitted that she's a Satanist. She's a spokesperson of the Satanic Temple, just to let you know. She's into all kinds of craziness. And she even said before that Donald Trump is the magician, which I agree with that. Donald Trump is a very powerful magician. I don't like her at all, but he is a man. He's a good magician. You know, there's nothing evil about magic. It's the practitioner behind it, how it's used. Now, they're using it for pure evil, okay? Pure evil. And this blog is on my website, truthmafia.com. We have two websites. You see, I just redid this one. This is truthmafia.com and then truthfultv.com. So if you wanted to book a decode, that would be over here and you can read about it. This month only, if you book the $33 decode, you'll actually get this one, which you'll get this one, the $62 decode. It comes with everything in this one. Plus, we break down the 12-strand DNA. So just like I'm decoding Lady Gaga here, you're going to see how I break down Abracadabra, Lady Gaga, and all of it. We all carry a source code connected to us. So now when you come over here, you just go to whoever's channel you want to see if they're dropping for the day, or you can check trending, what's trending for the day. This is the one I did. You know, I'm always trending, and I let mine trend organically. Sometimes I don't trend, though. B-Del beats me sometimes. And B-Del was trending for some months there on the top. But this one I did on gene Hackman. And in gene hacking, there's a whole connection there that I'm not going to get into. But his ritual was a Lupercalia ritual. Oh, that's why his dog was dead. During Lupercalia, this was the death of dogs. It's an ancient Roman ritual where they would kill dogs, okay? So I broke it all down. The link for this decode is down in the description. And Gene Hackman equals 39. And right as he died, the actress Harriet the Spy that played in Gossip Girls died at 39. Remember that, guys? And during Donut's birthday show, one of the followers brought up the 39 Steps, which is a movie about spies. So that got me to look into Gene Hackman. So now all of a sudden, Netflix keeps putting Gene Hackman, all of his movies on there. And I'm like, wait a second, this dude's in tons of spy movies. So there's this whole crazy Jeffrey Epstein connection, 3993 connection, which they're mirror reflections of each other. And just to give you a few, during 9/11, Flight 93 crashed. It was on its way to San Francisco. George Floyd died on the 93rd meridian. The sun is allegedly 93 million miles away. We know that's a lie. But Gene Hackman is an Israeli spy, is 93. And you see, I connected with Crowley, blackmail, Illuminati blood contracts. It's deep. It gets deep, deep. All his movies with the spy theme, with that spy motif. And this ain't what we're here for today. This is just a little preview. So you can click on this link down in the description, come read the blog, see what Lupercalia is. It's tied to Rome, and see what this ritual really is all about. Because the Roman Empire, they never died. They just rebranded themselves. They're called the Holy Roman Empire, which actually equals 187. And what did they do? They took death all over the world, to the four corners of the world. It's a Saturn death cult. The unholy Roman Empire is what they should call them. You got the white pope, the black pope, and the gray pope. Ani seems to think the gray pope's really running it, the Orsini, little Pepe Orsini. The black pope is the head Jesuit. So we know what that symbol is, right? That's how they get down over there. That's on the FBI's website. So now let's get into what we came here for. That was just a little preview. You see what the Jesuit 42, Boy Lover 42. Just a little preview right there. Let's get into Abracadabra. I put this out yesterday and forgot to email it to you guys at 3/3 at 11:11. 11:11 a.m. on March 3rd. 3/3. What all happened on 3/3? Rodney King, the Rodney King incident, they said. That took place on March 3rd, 33. Trayvon Martin was buried on that day. They love using that day for ritual magic. So when I seen Abracadabra is connected to 33, I'm like, oh, I got to get this done by March 3rd. And it took me over a week to research the video, write the blog, search all the information, to do everything. It took me over a week to get done. So thank God I was on schedule. Let's break it down. You guys ready? Can everybody see? Let me double check real quick on my phone to make sure. I just want to make sure you guys got a good view. I might have to zoom in a little bit. Smash that like button too, guys, please. Please and thank you. I appreciate everyone that hits the like button. Excuse my voice. Still either recovering from a flu or getting blasted with directed energy weapons. I'm not really sure which one it is. Hold on one second. Okay, does it got me live over here? Oh yeah, it actually does have me live, but it's not showing up on my feed. It just says happening now. So on my big feed, it stopped sharing my videos for some reason. It's very weird. My feed that I on Facebook, where I have over 300,000 followers, they don't share none of my videos no more. So what I'll do is I'll take this off YouTube and share it and bring everybody here that way. Hold on a sec, guys. Okay. You see, you guys can't see good. All right. That's what I wanted to make sure. Full screen version. Full screen layout. There we go. Now you can see better, right? Okay. Sorry, guys. Apologize for that. Let me just share this to our audience. This censorship, man, it's getting so bad right now. Okay, here we go. Copy. Boom. Let's just put live now and put the link. Live now. Link. There we go. Now we're ready to rock and roll. Sorry about that, guys. Man, I hate censorship. Okay. So, can I zoom in on this? There we go. Right there. Lady Gaga's Abracadabra goes beyond the simple card tricks. The tracks, lyrics, and imagery are packed with occult references and draw on ancient ceremonial practices and Cabalistic insight. When Gaga stated that the song has a spell in it, she was being completely literal. Here's a closer look at the symbolism embedded in Abracadabra. Now, you know what's interesting? What's the first thing you guys notice about this outfit? Besides, don't it have like a pinhead theme from Hellraiser? But what I noticed is these things on the top of her hat. So let me skip this part real quick and then I'll come back up here and read this because I want to show you this. All right. This is the most demonic shit I've ever seen. So first of all, they say Abracadabra, the magic of Lady Gaga's spellbinding new single, a pop invocation for the new aeon and the power of speaking words into reality. Man, that's really what abracadabra means. I create when I speak in Hebrew. This is a hidden meaning behind the lyrics of Lady Gaga's new song, Abracadabra. Is abracadabra satanic worship? Just some articles written on it. But the word that really caught my eye in this one, and then we'll go back to the hat, is this aeon, the eon, because when you look into Gnosticism, the lower eons, however you want to pronounce it, this is Yod the Baoth. He thinks he's the real God, but he's not. He's the false God. This is the one Jesus Christ was sent back to expose. Yod the Baoth, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him. He has many names. Then he created the material world and the 7 planetary archons, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars. They have different names. I can't even try to pronounce them, but that's what the planets really represent. They're entities. And then you have the 5 archons of the abyss, right? And then up here you got the mother, the child, Christ, the father, thinking, gnosis, the one parent, the mother, thought, the 4 luminaries and their 12 aeons. So right off the rip, I'm saying, okay, boom, there's got to be some Gnostic connection to this song, right? When I see that. And then that stupid, man, she looked really beautiful here. Look at that hair, guys. What do you think about that? Oh my Lord. Shout out to Steven. So where's that hat again? Then we're going to go all the way back up to the top. I just want to show you this one part, which reminded me of them spikes on that hat. Okay, so you see these spikes on the hat? Remember when she was right there? That's a good picture of it. See them? What's that remind you of, guys? Think about it. The programmable matter, the spike. You know what I'm talking about? Let me show you. She did this commercial called Fame, where it's all about black goo. Michael Jackson, his was the same thing, but we'll get into that in a second. Where's this Fame one? Hold on one second. Should be close to it, or I might have passed it. Hold on a second, because I know it's... Oh, here we go. It's down here. Where I start breaking down Abracadabra, I want to show you all. Here we go, right here. Okay, so I said, and we know Lady Gaga has heavily pushed the nanotechnology, the black goo agenda. We're going to pause this music. All right, guys, watch this real quick. Tell me if you don't get the same vibe from her hat, that red hat. Oh, what do you know? What do you know? But nobody would have caught that. The spikes. And they form closer together, the stronger the magnet is with this flora fluid. This is the nanotech for the third strand, you know what. That's kind of what 9/11 symbolized, the destruction of the Twin Towers. So the the destruction of the double helix and the rise of third strand DNA. See all the spikes around her right here? That's what it all is. This was that famed commercial. And then a portal opens in the body, kind of a play on CERN too. And that's really what they're doing with the nanotech, is trying to open a portal within us so we can be an avatar for these archons, these entities that are trapped in these other realms, right? The crown, look at that. The same spike. So that's the vibe I got. Let me light this little blunt. When I seen that hat. I wonder if anybody else got that vibe. Let me know in the comments if you guys, when you seen that hat, if you started thinking the nanotech too. Because that's the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh, hell no. You know, but I'm very deep into symbolism, so that's just what I picked it up on. I don't want to get it flagged. That's why I paused the music there. See the black girl? That's Helix. Remember Helix? The black blood. Oh, there was also the 100. In the 100, which is a good series, the black-blooded children, they were the ones that were called the commanders, the black-blooded children. So they had black goo in their blood. And guess what they could do? They could go around radiation and not die. Oh, shout out to 5G, microwave radiation. They could go around radiation and not die. This merging with technology, merging with the whole smart grid, smart city, smart whatever the hell they're trying to build. Remember that one, guys, the 100? Now, I'm not going to read that part down here. When I get to here, you'll have to come here and read this because I'll get in trouble because we're on YouTube. But, you know, it just gets into the mark of the beast and what it really is, what the black goo really is. It breaks down all the movies it was in, you know, and it's tied to that 33 number, like Israelites and Pi Gematria and Nephilim. And let's start back from the top now. I just want to give you a little clip right there. We got a lot to cover. All right, so, right? Tell me that don't look like that. I need my phone open so I can see your guys' comments while we're doing this. I hate doing videos when I can't see your comments. I need to be able to see my people talking in the comments. All right, there we go. There's the chat. Boom, boom. What's up? What's up? What's up? My Cherie, what up? Lady Rocks, how y'all doing? Lady Tagger Status, what up, girl? Thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody. Kimberly, what up? I love all y'all in here. Thank you. Thank you for rocking out with me. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The nanotech, right? The black goo, the programmable matter. I'm wondering if they're going to come out with some red programmable matter. That'd be crazy. But let's get into it. Some believe Lady Gaga's Abracadabra was the lifeline her pop career needed, following a series of releases that failed to ignite much enthusiasm among her fans. Abracadabra casted its spell and soared to the chart-topping heights. For many, the track is a nostalgic nod to Gaga's golden age around the early 2010s, a time marked by massive hits like Bad Romance, Born This Way. That Born This Way one was really tied to demonic possession and the birthing of this new eon. Remember that one, guys? That one was crazy. Wasn't Born This Way the one where she did that concert and came out of the egg? Which the egg gets into the same cosmology. So I think it is. I'm pretty sure it was, but I'm not a huge Lady Gaga fan. I'm not a big fan of Steve's. Abracadabra shares another common trait with the videos I mentioned. It's rich in occult references. The song itself is crafted to resonate like an incantation, and the accompanying video portrays a full-blown occult ritual. This isn't just creative embellishment. Gaga herself has confirmed that the song has a spell in it. She said it. She said the song has a spell in it. So there's a spell and an entity binded to this music. She admits it. This ain't me saying, this ain't my opinion. This is her quote. When you see it like this, it's a quote from her, okay? These are quotes. So she's talking to Ellie. We love the part where the music cuts out and it seems like the dancers are almost attacking you with the same lyrics you've been singing. Yeah, they're in that part of the video. They are literally demonically possessed and they look like they start biting her. It's crazy. Gaga, Abracadabra definitely has a spell in it. That's what she says. I think about how negative back talk or when people are hard on you can feel like a spell too, which that makes no sense to me. I don't even know what the hell she means by that. It's seductive and you can start to believe it. So I guess when somebody picks on you or something, I don't know. Lady Gaga discusses Abracadabra and its impact following the Grammy performance, right? And many people, I mean, it's trending. There's a lot of truth seekers talking about it, a lot of different people writing articles on it, but none of them are connecting it to what it's really tied to. They're just seeing it at the surface. You know me, I'm going to go deep. I'm going to show you where it really goes. This isn't a new theme. Much of Gaga's career has been aligned with the beliefs and agendas of the occult elite. She probably just did some big, how do I say this so I'll get in trouble? Some type of big offering, if you get what I'm saying. It's that time of the year too, sacrifice season. And that's why she probably got this huge deal right now with the song Abracadabra. And I'm betting, I don't know her life, like who she's real close to, but I'm betting that whoever's closest to Lady Gaga better run because you might have got sold. You know what I'm saying? We know how it goes down. So they got to keep giving what they call the Illuminati a person, or it's really this entity. Manly P. Hall wrote about it. He said that, and Manly P. Hall was made the Mason of all ages. So this dude was made an honorary 33rd degree Mason because he knew more about Freemasonry and occult and esoteric magic than most Masons do. Now, once they made him an honorary Mason, he quit talking about it, which is funny, right? But before that, he wrote this. And he said that they make a pact with this entity, the Black Magician, he called him. He said the Black Magician makes a pact with this entity, and their whole life, the Black Magician is constantly trying to feed the entity, and the entity is trying to trick the Black Magician because at the end of his life, that entity wants its soul. That's what it wants. And the Black Magician has a way it can keep its soul, but it's got to keep making offers. So by the time you pass away, you done offered pretty much everything you ever loved to this thing. And a lot of people you talk to that are that far along in their career, they say it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it because it's like their energy is completely drained. Everything they ever loved is gone. They're alone. Yeah, they got some money, some hit singles. But look at Michael Jackson at the end of his career. I mean, that's a perfect example. Somebody said Harvey Weinstein. He likes to pee in plants, I heard, but I don't know. So we know Lady Gaga was really good friends with Marina Abramovic, and she is known as the elite's number one witch. Jay-Z hangs out with her. Whoever said Harvey Weinstein, Rhonda in the comments, she hangs out with her. These people love her. You know what I'm saying? They love her. So this was Gaga and Abramovic at the Glamour Woman of the Year Award in 2013, which is 33. 20 plus 13. And then look, she has orange hair here. Orange equals 33. Gaga with Abramovic during the Fashion Week in 2016. It just looks to me like something sinister went on in this right after this event right here. And then here, this is the most disgusting shit I ever seen. Gaga and Abramovic partake in a mock cannibalism at a place called Devil's Haven in the Hamptons. So first of all, that is so unsanitary. I am not eating no whatever that is. It's supposed to be chocolate. I highly doubt it. I'm not eating whatever that is with a person in there with their dirty feet. Everything's in there. Like, not, I'm good. But this how they get down. It gets worse than that. They do this thing called spirit cooking. And I got to be careful how I touch on that. But Gaga's connection with Abramovic extends far beyond casual meetings. She was an apprentice under Abramovic's methods, a blend of ancient Druidic witchcraft, Kabbalah, and spirit cooking. The spirit cooking, this method involves mixing urine, feces, and your blood, and then they would paint with it and invoke spirits, and it's very strange. They call it art, right? That's what they say it is, but it's a form of ritual magic. They're calling upon entities. So the day Lady Gaga, do you guys remember this? The day Lady Gaga was stripped to please Marina Abramovic. And here's the link. So if you click on the link in the description, you can come over here and see this. And you'll see Lady Gaga naked. I can't click on it. But I guess she cried. And they took her out in the woods, didn't feed her for a couple of days, left her out there. There's some crazy rituals was going on. Now, another thing I want to tell you, man, what was his name? That model. Hold on. Ryan Singleton. Ryan Singleton. There was this model when the whole Kanika Jenkins thing was going on, and they said her organs got took. Remember? There was this model named Ryan Singleton, and he started hanging around all these Hollywood elites. Well, the last time you seen him, he was in the woods with Marina Abramovic and Lady Gaga. And they had him painted up like Native African painting. He's a melanated brother. He doesn't have nothing on but like this thong toga thing, and his face is painted white. And then he's like got one leg by the tree doing this weird pose. And next thing you know, they found him on the side of the road, guys. This ain't no joke. No eyeballs, no heart, no kidney, no liver, no nothing. If you think I'm lying, take a second, go look it up. Ryan Singleton. Now they're saying animals picked him clean like that. But the last time someone seen him allegedly, two cops picked him up and dropped him off at a gas station. There's this whole backstory. It doesn't make sense. None of it. Seems like he went with them in the woods, and it took a dark turn, and that gets into that whole Loosh energy harvesting, because the more trauma the entity goes through a person, the more energy, the more life force they give off, right? Just like in that movie Doctor Sleep by Stephen King. They said, the more, remember when the little boy, the little baseball player, they kidnapped him and he said, "Are you going to hurt me?" And he was crying. And the girl with the top hat, that frill reptilian lady, she flipped open the knife and she said, "Yes, I am." And he says, "Why?" And he's just a little boy. He had number 19 on. And she said, "Because it makes the steam purer," and then stabbed him. You know what I'm saying? He starts crying and they took his life force. That's a perfect representation of what these entities do. It's hard to watch. It's some dark shit, but it's real. What I'm doing here is deconstructing the spell. So this spell that they put together and binded, I'm deconstructing it and breaking it down, which is making it, anybody that watches this spell will have no power over them. None of them entities will be binded to you. It ain't going to work. It takes all that shit away. So, Interlude magazine, Gaga further explains that she was crying under the blindfold, ripping up my flesh. Mosquitoes were biting her everywhere. Marina went on to say that Gaga was scratched up by bushes and eaten by mosquitoes and spiders. Additionally, the forest included poison ivy and Lyme disease bearing ticks. This is when they took her on a retreat. And it was some kind of healing retreat, they said. Man, I don't want to hang out with these people. That don't sound like no healing retreat to me. You know what I'm saying? That's like some wrong turn, hills have eyes type shit. So Gaga isn't just an acquaintance with the favorite occultist of the elite. She's actively engaging in related rituals. Like any seasoned occultist, Gaga minimizes and sweetens the true extent of her beliefs during interviews. Yet, as we've consistently pointed out on this site, symbols govern our world, not the laws of man. Her use of symbolism might as well be her open declaration. She says, many times, Gaga too, just like Abramovic, has admitted to witchcraft. And who was the other one? Oh man, what's that lady's name? Nipsey Hussle's ex. You guys know what I'm talking about? I think she sacrificed Nipsey for real, because she's into all that shit too. She's another one that admits that she's into witchcraft. And Hillary Clinton, they were all going to little witchcraft conventions together. They call it art. Back in the ancient times, we all know what happened to witches. It wasn't a good thing. You would drown them and see if they would float. And I'm not saying to do that or not, but if you're hurting people and sacrificing other people for your gain financially, then that's not a good thing, especially children. Now, This right here, Abracadabra, this was actually written in the 2nd century medical book, and it was recommended use as an amulet against fevers. Abracadabra. See that? It starts out with the 11 words, then 10 words, then 9 words, then 8 words, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. What's that equal, guys? 66. What's black goo equal? Well, black goo in English ordinal is 66. It's 33 in pi, but 66 in English ordinal. And so is corona. And the 66th book of the Bible starts to talk about the mark of the beast. So that's just for a whole nother show. Most people associate abracadabra with stage magicians at children's parties pulling rabbits out of hats. Yet this term has deep roots in Kabbalah and ancient mysticism. It is believed to derive from the Hebrew phrase, I will create as I speak. And then if you invert it, see how it's going downwards here? You can flip it upside down. And then the inversion of it is I will destroy as I speak. So I will create as I speak, or I will destroy as I speak. You know, there were two versions of this amulet, or this spell, I should say. Throughout history, abracadabra was used in magical practices, from healing sickness to summoning spirits. The occultist Elvis Levi discusses its Cabalistic interpretation in his pivotal book, Dogma and Rituals. He describes the magic triangle, this pagan abracadabra triangle right here we're seeing, right? Which I told you starts out the 11, the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, 2, 1. So this is where it gets real, the spell part. The isolated A represents the unity of the first principle, otherwise the intellectual or active agent. A united to B represents the fertilization of the duad by the monad. R is the sign of the triad because it represents hieroglyphically the emissions which results from the union of the two principles. The number 11, which is that of the letters of words, abracadabra, 11 words, which you'd want to know something else, guys. 9/11. Flight 11 hits 2 11s in the sky in the 11th city, right? In the 11th state, I mean. New York City, 11 letters. And we invade Afghanistan, 11 letters, which 11, 22, 33, all master numbers. They don't need to be reduced. So like if you get the number 12, you're going to reduce it to its lowest form, which would be 3, right? Or 66, you would reduce that, which 6 would come 12, 1 plus 2 but 3. But 11, 22, and 33, they do not reduce. They remain the same. So they're very powerful numbers, and that's why they took out JFK on November 22nd. It encompassed all 3 of the master numbers, 11, 22. So 11 plus 22 equals 33. That's when they got JFK, 1122. Now, the number 11, which is that of the letter of word, combines the unity of the initiate with the denary of Pythagoras, and the number 66, the added total of all the letters from Cabalistically, the number 12, which is the square of the triad, and consequently the mystic quadrant of the circle. That's written by Elvis Levi from his Rituals and Dogma, and I probably butchered that word right there. I can never pronounce that shit. But this number 12, very sacred number, breaks down to 3, right? Let's take a little gander at the number 12. Okay. So the number 12, let's see what all it's connected to. 12 became a number revered by mathematicians, early astronomers. So originally, the skies were divided into 12 positions, as were the months of the years, reflecting the annual movement of heavenly bodies. Superstitions and religions, beliefs were piled on top. You got the 12 disciples, the 12 zodiacs, the 12 tribes. You had Odin of Norse mythology sat at the chair and overlooked all creation and had 12 sons, right? The Babylonians had the longest lasting influence upon our calendar, timekeeping, mathematics, and religion, all of which emphasized the number 12. So, I mean, it's a huge number within our culture, and we could keep going and going and going. The Muslims, the Shia Muslims list 12 ruling imams following Muhammad. You got to make sure you say what kind of Muslims. I don't want them to get mad at me. I don't want no smoke. The 12 tribes of Israel. Let's see what this one was tied to. Mithraism and early Christianity. Mithraism is ancient Roman religion from the 1st century, which Mithraism kind of merged into Christianity because Mithra, he was also born December 25th, and it's pretty much the same story, but that's neither here nor there. And that's really Nimrod's birthday. Oops, sorry guys, didn't mean to do that. So that's how important that 12 is. As I speak, so I create. The word that always curses 8. Abracadabra is on the paper, clearly wit. So verily be no chance to escape from it. From abracadabra all complete, to the final A will thee deplete. Never anon to bother me, from thee must ye flee. Abracadabra be gone. Oh shit. Who knows what type of I dispute and rebuke whatever that just was I read. Elvis Levi also makes a fascinating connection in his text. The number of the beast or idolatry is derived by adding a 6 to the double scenario of abracadabra, resulting in 18. Kabbalistically, a number linked to the symbol of night and profanity in the tarot. A mysterious number whose Kabbalistic key is 9, the number of initiation. As the sacred Kabbalist explicitly states, he that heareth understand, meaning one who holds the key to the Kabbalistic numbers, let him count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. And his number is 300, 3 score, or his number is 600, 3 scores, and 6, which is 666. 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18, and then 1 plus 8 is 9. So it comes back to the 9 again. And if you guys remember when, what was that shit called? Now I forgot the name of it. And Georgia Guidestones. Let me get a drink. Remember when the Georgia Guidestones blew up? CERN broke the world record in energy. 18 hours later to the second. Boom! Georgia Guidestones blow up. 18 hours after CERN broke the world record in energy. That was 7/6 of 2022. And 7/5, which is a number heavily tied to fallen angels, is the day CERN broke the world record in energy that year. And that was after a 3-year hiatus. They were shut down for 3 years because they were causing all kinds of freaking earthquakes, and now they're back online, and earthquakes and fires are happening again. Go figure. So the musical spell, fittingly, Lady Gaga's song Abracadabra explicitly referenced the devil within the framework of the occult transformation. When Lady Gaga says her song has a spell in it, she's not speaking metaphorically. She means literally. The chorus of the song goes, I'm not going to read this whole part, but the terms amor and morta are drawn from Latin translating to love and death. These words are woven into the song, invoking the image of a woman speaking in tongues, a phenomenon often linked to demonic possession. Or they try to tie it to Christianity sometimes. I forgot what sect of Christians. It might be Protestants. Or no, not Protestants. Sorry, Protestants. My bad. But it starts with a P, right? Damn it. I can't remember what they're called. But they're the Christians. They're like from West Virginian Christians, and they have rattlesnakes and shit, and they drink the venom and let the snakes bite them and say God's going to heal them. They took that from one Bible verse. Them are the ones that speak in Pentecostal Christians. Sorry, to the Protestants out there. The Pentecostals are the ones that do that. So it's tied to demonic possession and the Pentecostals. So that's kind of weird. As Gaga vocalizes these lines, the music video dramatically depicts a ritual of transformation overseen by a mysterious lady in red, suggestive of demonic influence right here, right? That's when we first see her. And the video opens with the lady in red portrayed by Gaga herself standing, commanding over a throne of minions eager to gain her favor. Right there. And she's playing the lady in red herself. And what does she say? Sporting a sharply pointed hat, the lady in red declares the category is dance or die. Man, I should have decoded that. Why didn't I think of that? Dance or die. Let's take a look real quick. Sorry, guys. This was such a long decode. I didn't even think to decode that part. Let me see. Let's go to our Gematria calculator right here. Dance or die. I wonder what that one equals. Oh, shit. You got to be kidding me. 201. 201, guys. Demon possession is 201. Demon possession's 201. It's either demon possession or demonic possession's 201. And event 201 was the pandemic simulation held by the Gates Foundation. Remember? And then if you flip it around, it's 102. 9/11 was the 102 minutes that changed America. That's crazy. Also, that's 78. Because I believe Gene Hackman with his middle name in it is tied to that 78 number. I could be mistaken though. I'd have to look again. Just Gene Hackman's 39, but I think if you throw his middle name in there, let's take a look. I don't want to say something and be wrong. Because I just, somebody in my comments told me that. So I could be totally wrong on that. And I don't, let's see real quick, guys. Gene Hackman, Gene Hacking, as Elon Musk is talking about reaching the singularity. That's interesting. Gene Hackman. Gene Hacking. And Lady Gaga comes out with the Black Goo Hat song. Right? They speak so symbolically, and it's crazy. There's his full name. Eugene Allen Hackman. Oh, shit. He was born in 1930. Oh, wait a second. When did this come out? 1930, right? 39 Steps. I think that came out in the 30s too. Because his name, Gene Hackman, 39. Actress Michelle, who played in Harriet the Spy, died at 39. 39 Steps, which is about a spy mystery. The whole Jeffrey Epstein case, what was it tied to? The Mossad, a spy network where they blackmail people. Okay, so let's see. Gene Hackman's full name. I can't believe Dance or Die. I gotta add that. Let's save that. Download Dance or Die 201. Yeah, we gotta add that to the blog because that is nuts. Okay. I don't know what that person was talking. Oh, he does have 611 though, which is tied to you know what? Pedophilia. That's 611 called. And 611, I seen a lot in King Kong. That's why you can't always believe what people tell you in the comments. Look for yourself. Maybe he didn't put the middle number in there, right? Nope. We'll see no 78, buddy. I think he was wrong. He does have the 66, though, which is interesting because let me show you this, guys. Let me show you what I told that guy. Let me show you what I told this guy in the comments. This is my big page, and right now, they're not. Look, it says I'm live, and it says it's streaming. Look, I had to put this here. It says it's streaming, but you have to go in here. Then you got to go scroll down. You got to find it. You got to see it over here. It says today at 7:11 p.m., an upcoming event, live. So nobody's going to see that. Nobody is going to see that video. That's what they've been doing to me. Ain't that crazy, guys? It's just ridiculous. It's supposed to be right up here live where you can see it and then playing right there. But anyways, hold on a second. So here's the post if you want to see it. Here's the Gene Hackman one. All right. Look in the comments. This dude told me the name was 78. Hackman Gene had saying the devil is always out there to alter the genes, changing DNA. He had the same idea as me. Great job. Where's that 78 dude? Oh, Harry knows who the Great Pope is. Oh, right here, look. Both full names and gives 78 in Chaldean and 78 in Sepentry, which is 6-6. I don't know what he's talking about, but I broke down 66 for him. Tied to the black goo. See, 66. Now, we just seen Gene Hackman's name really does have the 66. Eugene Hackman, 66 in pi, right? His full name. And in English ordinal, this one, where A is 1, B is 2, Corona, 66. Black goo. Oops. 66. The 66th book of the Bible is the mark of the beast. But yeah, bro, I don't see how the hell you came up with 78 for his name, because that's his full name right there. I don't know where you came up with that. He's still trending, and ain't he? Maybe his wife? Are you talking about his wife? I don't know. But anyways, let's see when 39 Steps came out. I wonder if that was the year he was born. I never knew he was that old. Also, it came out 5 years after Gene Hackman was born. And it's a novel, an Alfred Hitchcock novel about spy networks. Well, spies, anyways. Canadian Civil London. Henry, who becomes caught up in preventing organization of spies called the 39 Steps from stealing British military secrets. So there's a huge spy motif going on with Gene Hackman's whole death. And the release date on this was June 6th. That should be a day we watch out for because that's 6/6. And Gene Hackman equals 6/6 and pi. That would be a day I would watch out for some event or some news article tied to spy networks. I wonder what story they're going to come up with on the world stage. So anyways, sporting the sharply pointed hat, Lady in red declares the category is dance or die, right? Which we now know is 201. Now it makes sense. Bill Gates, Event 201, the pandemic simulation, the spikes on the hat, the black goo nanotech. Now it's starting to make sense, right? I didn't even know that before. Underneath her, the dancers include Lady Gaga all dressed in white. From this scene, it's clear that the lady in red holds dominion over these individuals, preparing to evaluate their performance. Yet this is no ordinary dance competition. It's an occult ritual in disguise. The notion is underscored by the appearance of a sigil-like symbol that emerges right afterward. And look at this, abracadabra. But what do you notice, guys? So you got Lady Gaga going down, right? But the A's are flipped upside down. So that made me think, I'm like, And I didn't think of this till after the decode was done. I started playing around with it last night because I'm like, wait, I wonder if that's where they hid the code. Because if they flip the A's upside down, right here would become a V. And this one would be the V, right? So now it gets very interesting because, first of all, 94, Aliens is 94, Star Child's 94, NASA was set up with a date with 94 numerology, coronavirus pandemic's 94, yeah. But 30 is what I really was thinking about because reptilians 30, vampires is 30. The number 30 is heavily tied to that whole Loosh energy harvesting motif. So, but 94 and 30 are both very intriguing when you take that and flip it upside down. So there could be something there. I didn't look too deep into it, but I thought that was interesting. I found it after the fact. But somebody will steal it and run with it and do a whole breakdown and not even shout me out. The image resembles magical symbols, sigils, combines abracadabra with Lady Gaga to mark the beginning of the ritual. The upside down letters suggest demonic influence. In the occult, symbolism, red represents sacrifice and initiation. It's also the masculine energy. So you have Jachin and Boaz, the sacred feminine, sacred masculine, the silver, the gold, the moon, the sun. It's that same type of Democrat, Republican. The lady in red symbolizes transformation, a force that comes into play at the end of the magic ritual. She observes the dance floor from above, watching a battle of opposites unfold, light against dark, good versus evil. white versus black. This old alchemical spell. And then she has a cross on her here, right? But don't they look very demonic? At the start of the video, Gaga appears in white, symbolizing light and purity. The cross on her outfit further underscores these themes. The dancers are dressed in white, but their movements hint at a slow takeover by demonic forces. And then look how he's doing the so look at this one. He's doing the the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Remember Jeffrey Dahmer turned that dude into a table and bent him backwards, the black guy, and like freaking made a coffee table out of him. And then that dude was hanging in Podesta's house. It was a gold statue that was in that same position. And Billie Eilish did it in her video. It's a representation of demonic possession. So for a few seconds, we see Gaga quickly crawling backwards, her face showing a possessed look. I mean, look at her face, guys. It's kind of a crazy look Steve's got going on there. And then right here, I mean, come on, man. Really? You know what that sigil is? That's the sigil of Satan. I'm not even making it up. That's his sigil for real. Don't believe me. Anything I'm telling you, go fact check it. Anything I'm telling you, go fact check. Yes, they are definitely archonic possessed. They are possessed by some type of entity, that is for sure. Gaga's unusual positioning with the dancer forms a shape strikingly similar to the sigil of Lucifer. And then fittingly, the song, the first verse mentions the devil. Pay the toll to the angels, drawing circles in the clouds. Keep your mind on the distance when the devil turns around. Pay the toll to the angels, drawing circles in the clouds. Keep your mind on the distance when the devil turns around. And then the next scene you have, very demonic. This is where the lady in red comes down. She's kind of walking like a demonically possessed old woman. They all have canes there. It's very weird. In this verse, Gaga compares angels with devils, illustrating her journey along a magical path. The video enhances this theme by highlighting the stark contrast between light and darkness. This is where, because for the whole first part of the video, everybody's in white, right? And then all of a sudden, they're in black, the black and the white, the light versus dark. So, but the average person wouldn't know that. So the dancers in the white are contrasted by those dressed in the black, who radiate the distinctly opposite energy of that white. White's supposed to represent purity, but they act demonically possessed as well. It's bizarre. The group's choreography mimics the movements of the elderly and incorporates canes reflecting the physical constraints of the material world, where time brings aging and decaying. In esoteric terms, this aligns with what, guys? Saturn, the deity associated with death and old age, the serpent eating its tail. What Saturn's going to catch everything, right? So they are part. This is what I try to tell people all the time. They're really not Satanist. That's a word they made up. That's not even his real name. But y'all debate off. But they're part of a Saturnalia death cult. But they have put power in the word Satan, haven't they? So they get the word Satan, Santa. It's all from the same thing, from the same origin, Saturn. In Abracadabra, the dance floor becomes a ritual space where these contrasting forces meet to conjure magic. The pre-chorus captures the moment. With a haunting dance, now you're both in a trance. It's time to cast your spell on the night. That's part of the lyrics. The concept of duality is clearly illustrated in the video. Alternates between the shots of the groups dressed in dark and light, both clothings, the white, the black. We know where that comes from. Before I scroll down, anybody in the comments know? The white and the black? Where do we see this in the occult? Oh, yes. It is in the Masons. The idea of using a dance floor as a ritual space has been a reoccurring theme in music industry for decades. Blood on the dance floor. Now let's look at this before we scroll down and it's all decoded for us. Can you see anything in here? I want to see what you guys say in the comments. I'm going to watch the comments real quick. What do you see in this image, guys? Let me blow it up for you. Oh, shit, it won't let me blow it up. Well, you guys can see it pretty good there. What do you see? See anything? Do you notice anything? That's supposed to be New York City in the background. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. It's your first hint. First of all, you got some hidden pyramids coming out of the floor that you cannot even see. It's very hard. Look, there's a pyramid right here. A pyramid right here. There's an all-seeing eye right there. Let me see what y'all said. Or floor with cities behind. Lucy girl had to remove. Oh, I thought one of you guys would have caught it. I'm really sad and depressed that none of you guys caught this. Hold on a second. What's this goal thing on here? Can I hit this goal? Start a goal. Make super chat more fun with the goal. 10 super chats. Tell higher. I thought I could give out free. Can I give you guys free memberships? Super chat colors. Teal and higher, 5, all colors. 10 super chats. Pick a goal. I don't really care about super chats. I want to give away some free membership. Jay Dreams taught me how to do it. Now I forget. Community. Damn, I forget how to do it. There's some way I'm supposed to be able to give you guys free memberships every month. I'll have to ask Jay how to do it. Damn it. Kimberly, do you know how to do the free membership thing? Do you remember from Jay's video? Did someone get deleted, Kimberly? What'd they say? You gotta pay the toll if you want to, boys. Oh, that's from Sunny in Philadelphia. But yeah, that's a little raunchy for, you know. But they do say that in Sunny in Philadelphia. You gotta pay the toll. And I ain't gonna say the rest. But we know what that comes from, right? You gotta pay the toll, the troll, if you want into the boys. Yeah. Hole. So anyways, back here, look in the background. See all that smoke rising? This is 9/11, guys. And this video came out in the 90s. That's what they're showing you. Look at the smoke. This is Twin Towers. They showed you that on blood on the floor, and he's in red. That means someone's going to be sacrificed. It kind of represented the destruction of the double helix, the rise of third strand DNA, and now the One World Trade Center is 1,776 foot tall. Well, the Illuminati was formed on May 1st of 1776. So you always see all these people paying homage. I don't trust none of these truth seekers that are constantly. I even yelled at friends of mine. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't think they knew better, but they would always use that number. I'm like, yo, you should stop using that because it's really paying homage to the Illuminati. They're like, oh no, it's the rise of America. No. Yeah, America did happen then, but the birth of America, but it was the birth of the Illuminati. And who the hell do you think the forefathers were? They were all Masons, the founding fathers. So, from my perspective, the album cover that we just looked at of Michael Jackson, Blood on the Dance Floor, indisputably reflects layers of hidden meanings and the Illuminati symbolism designed to communicate messages to those in the know. So, this is not for the uninitiated, right? While conditioning the masses unconsciously. The Masonic checkerboard floor, this is not just the design choice, it's a deliberate inclusion of Masonic symbolism that represents the dualistic nature of reality, the duality, the control exerted by the hidden forces over the material and spiritual world. Number two, the 9/11 symbolism. The imagery eerily predicts the tragic events of September 11, 2001, with smoke billowing in the background, akin to the smoke from the Twin Towers. This type of representation is a classical example of lesser magic, which is known as revelation of the method. It's a form of witchcraft too. The pyramid structure, which depicts the depictions of pyramids on the floor, directly connects to the esoteric and Illuminati symbolism, highlighting structures of power and the use of ancient knowledge to maintain control over the societal hierarchy. And then the red outfit Jackson's wearing, Jackson's vibrant red outfit, which represents in the occult. I mean, red has many different things. It's not always bad, but it does represent sacrifice and transformation, and especially in occult rituals and practices, right? And that's what was Jackson was signifying right there, or he was being used to show this to the masses. Because I think he was going to speak out at the end, but that's just my personal opinion. A lot of people think he faked his death. And then you see how he's on the checker floor, just like our first president. Let me hit this vape real quick. Michael Jackson tried to warn the world about the power of the Illuminati. Then he was set up. They called him a pedo. They said he had a little pedo room in his house. He was having Macaulay Culkin over. They was drinking wine and shit in bed, and that's what they said. I don't know if that's true. Macaulay Culkin said it's not true, and he came out against a lot of people in Hollywood, but he always said Michael Jackson was nice to him. I don't know if they had some, I don't know, you know. And then he's got his little monkey up there, look, with the crown on it. That's kind of interesting, though, because the monkey is wearing a crown, right? And there's a connection to 1776. So America was founded under monkey energy. 1776 was the year of the fire monkey. Just like when the 1956, when the first polio jabs went out, that's the first mass jabs worldwide. That was the year of the fire monkey. There's something up with this monkey archetype because America was founded under monkey energy as far as Eastern astrology, Eastern astrology goes, like Chinese astrology. And So you got the whole monkeypox thing, and then he's wearing a crown. There's a lot there, right? I didn't even think of that before. But he had a pet monkey too, remember? That thing was crazy. And Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, after the vivid interplay of light and darkness, the music abruptly halts, and the dancers, caught in the moment of the frenzy, shout the song's magical words at Gaga. They all look demonically possessed in the background as this is taking place. And then this is the one thing everybody kept bringing up to me. They're like, yo, Tommy, how is she occultic and she's wearing a cross? I'm like, did you zoom in on the motherfucking cross? Hey, that cross ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. That's for sure. It's a bunch of pictures of her. Them are all pictures of Lady Gaga, right? So Gaga sports a unique cross fashioned from her own face. This isn't a nod at Jesus. Instead, it symbolizes a core objective of occultism, achieving godhood through one's own efforts. While Gaga describes the song Abracadabra in interviews as relating to dealing with challenges, among other common themes, the lyrics directly suggest a deeper spiritual dimension. And considering these lines, hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight. These words invoke imagery associated with black magic. Feel the beat under your feet, the floor's on fire. Here, the floor is on fire, metaphorically referencing hell, a place that traditionally says sinners are casted after death. And speaking of which, not a typo, Gaga delivers these lines towards the song's climax. Phantom of the dance floor, come to me, sing for me a sinful melody. So she's invoking some spirit, some entity, right, in the music. It's the most occultic witchcraft shit I ever seen. And when you watch the video, you'll see exactly what I'm talking. I couldn't even believe it that they're this bold in our face anymore. So clearly the song navigates themes of engaging with the darker forces. Could it be that the lady in red, whom Gaga seems to be striving to impress, is actually a representation of Satan, metaphorically? Or it would actually be Yaldabaoth in the that cosmology, but Satan and Christianity. After her performance, Gaga waits for Lady in Red response. She now look at Lady in Red, which is played by Gaga. She's looking down, right? She bows her head, and then Lady Gaga, dressed in her white with her little cross of herself, she's looking up in the final shot at the lady in red, looking down at her, which is as above, so below. So from the title of Abracadabra to the profound depths of the lyrics, complemented by the unmistakable symbolism in the video, the song encapsulates a profound magical essence as Gaga delivers a chorus that doubles as an incantation. The accompanying video skillfully presents a struggle between light and darkness, good and evil. Out of the clash of opposites arise a potent force, magic, believed by occultists to elevate humans to godlike status, visually represented by the color red. While her so they applauded her and said this was so creative, right, this video. In reality, it's not very creative. They recycled the same symbols over and over and over again. So I mean, once you're caught onto it and you see what it really is, it's not that creative. Now that we broke that down, let's get into the, how do they say this? The meat and potatoes of it. We're getting to the home stretch, guys. Smash that like button. Share this video. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Sorry they didn't share it to my big Facebook, which is so ridiculous. Let's see if they shared it to my little Facebook. Man, they are sure censoring me now. I'm going to have to upload this shit on my Facebook later. What about Tommy Truthful 369? Did they share it to that one? I don't know how they broke it on my Facebook. Nope. It's not on this one either. It just says starting soon. So both of my Facebooks, they didn't share it to, guys. Can you believe that shit? Only to my YouTube and my Rumble. That's cool, though. We'll upload it to Facebook. No problem. No problem. Y'all want to play that game? Okay. In the movie The Matrix, there are several people who wake up from the system. They learn to read the hidden code of the green letters and numbers of the Matrix. This is not just a movie. We too have a hidden code behind everything. It's known as Gematria. So first, let's take a look at her full name. Let's take a look at Steven's full name. Now, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name, but this is her full name, which equals 63, okay? Now, she is completely controlled by the black cube of Saturn Matrix, the Saturn-Moon Matrix, which the Archons ultimately control. Remember what I showed you here. Oops, sorry. Yaldabaoth right here, he created the physical and material. And then everything above here is beautiful. This is all great up here. Down here, not so great. We want to get out of here. We want to escape that world. So we're in some type of simulation created by this psycho Yaldabaoth. Her name equals 63, matching black cube of Saturn, which Saturn is Satan. We see the cube symbolism. I mean, it's all throughout society. I can show you so many. I got so many breakdowns on it. The hexagon, the hex to put a spell or a curse on someone. Like I said, they're part of a death cult, a Saturnalia death cult. That's what they're really part of. She's a non-player character, and she's one of these entities. She has one of these archons within her. She's pretty much an avatar for the archons. Non-player character, 63, matching black cube and her full name, black cube of Saturn, 63, non-player character, 63, Loosh harvesting, 63. Now, we know planets are not what they tell us they are. They really are other dimensions. This is my opinion on it. And Saturn is the dimension of the fallen angels. That's why the internet, which was created at CERN by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. Here, let me show you. Internet created by CERN. All we got to do is go like this. Search Brave. This guy right here. He created it. See? Internet. Tim Berners-Lee. Oh, they're saying he did not create internet. He invented the World Wide. Whatever. Same shit. www. You couldn't link up without the internet, without the WD. So he created the World Wide Web, which is the internet, right? What's the difference? They need to elaborate on that for me, because that makes no sense. He did the World Wide Web in 1989. And the D-Wave quantum computer, social media, all this shit is plugged into the World Wide Web, which is the internet. In 1989, CERN was the largest internet node in Europe. Now, this is on Wikipedia. So that you see different sources say different things. That's just how they do it. Try to keep us confused and in a state of like we're dumb. Look, client and server via the internet in mid-November. He devised and implemented the first web browser, a web server, and helped foster the web. So that to me, that's the internet, the World Wide Web, right? But I guess there's something different. So from what they say, so who created the internet then? If it wasn't Tim, if he created the World Wide Web, the internet is the global system of interconnected computer networks that uses the internet protocol suite TCP/IP to communicate between networks and devices. It is a network of networks that consists of private, public, academic, business, and government networks. Yeah, we know. And y'all created this shit at CERN. Is that weird, guys? As they're feeding all this energy into CERN. Oh, what are they trying to open? There's Tim right there. Damn, look at his the next computer was used by Tim Berners-Lee at CERN and became the world's first web server. Damn, look at that computer right there. That's an old-ass computer. Damn, they sold that for $17,000 in 2024. Can you believe that? Man, I wish I'd have one of them computers. That old piece of junk. 24,000. You could buy a new whip with that damn thing. Next laser printer. They got that X really popping out in it. Team members, corporate directors. Steve Jobs was in that. Wow. That's interesting. So Steve Jobs was involved in Next. Henry Rose Parrott Sr., American businessman, political philanthropist, founder and chief executive officer of Electrica Data Systems. Okay, who else? John Patrick, president of Georgia Tech. They were all involved in this company. The hardware products Next Cube. They love the Cube, don't they? Look, the Next Cube Turbo, Next Station. That's the one Tim Berners-Lee had, I think. Next Dimension, 32-bit. That was in 1991. That might have been Tim Berners-Lee. No, it would have had to been this one. Because it was 89 when he came out. So actually it probably would have been the older one. Damn, they're all about the black cube, ain't they? That's like their whole thing. That's how you know the whole internet was built to link us to Saturn. I mean, there's no doubting it now. It's just so unreal. So we see she's tied to that Saturn archetype. She's a non-player character, an NPC, Loosh harvesting. So when you get your decode over here on truthfultv.com through here, this is the type of stuff you're going to learn about yourself, whether you're an NPC, non-player character, what you might have certain abilities, dream walking, where you can enter other people's dreams or bring people into your dreams. You might have certain telepathy, and yes, all these things are real. Some people have angelic DNA, some people don't. So most of the people are non-player characters. And we have this now too. So if we're booked out too much, you can join the wait list. But right now we're actually all caught up. So if you want to check an availability, you just hit boom. Oh, let me check. Let me get that one. Boom. and then I hit you up, and you'll get an automated email, but then I'll hit you personally, and then you just put the name you were born with. So your first and last name, right? My last name now is Kuhn because I was adopted, but that's my dad's name. That's what I was born with. Email to sending reading to when it's finished. So you put your email in there. I'm just going to put test@gmail. Phone number, that's my real phone number. Text only or I'll block you. 234-425-2099. Add your message here, first and last name, date of birth. When you put your date of birth, so mine is 1-17-1983. But this is so important, guys. Different parts of the world, they write dates differently. So if you put like 4-6, right? 4-6-89. In America, that means April 6th. But in the UK and other places, it means June 4th. So make sure you spell out the month. You put your first and last name. You put everything down in this box. So you spell out the month, January, first and last name you were born with. Describe some of your interests. That's so I can create your video. I mean, not your video, your image that I custom create for you. And then you can text me, screenshot, proof of purchase. This is just to speed it up if you want to get it done a little faster. Hit book now. Now, the most important thing I want to tell people, you do not have to have a PayPal. Your PayPal is just using a secure checkout. You can pay Venmo. You can pay on PayPal without having a PayPal and just using your debit card. And you're just going to check out as a guest, right? So you go to continue. You can pay offline. If you pay offline, make sure you follow this exactly like it says. Follow that to the T. I would actually recommend texting me. That's the best way. Just text me the stuff, then email me. But you can email me too. It just might take a couple of days. Country and region. I'm just going to put a fake one. Well, not Afghanistan. They're over there making hella fucking fetty and mixing it with the opium and selling that shit to us. United States, they're actually making the fetty in China and then taking the heroin. I don't even think they even sell real heroin no more. They just give us fetty to kill us now. All the people out in the streets around here, you walk by the hood and they're like hanging over. I don't know how they do it. It looks like they're sleeping, but they're standing up, bent over. Shit's crazy. Put an address in. I'm going to just put a fake one because I'm just showing you how to do this. Agree. You just email. I'm never going to call you unless you hit me up. And then it says, thank you, Thomas. You'll receive confirmation email soon. That's because I checked to pay offline. So if you check to pay offline, you'll get that, right? But let's go back and not check to pay offline. Continue. PayPal. Okay. Place order. One or more of your items are sold out or no longer available. Please go back and choose something else. Oh, so now they're doing some slick shit. This is how they're stopping decodes. Check availability. What items sold out? None of these decodes are sold out. Look now. Oh, they just pulled some slick shit on my account, didn't they, guys? PayPal. Country. Has this happened to any of you guys lately? that try to book. And it's been weird because I've got a lot of payments offline, but none online lately. And I was wondering why that was. Some weird shit is going on. Place order now. So you might have to do it twice. See how I had to do that? See how it tried to lie and say the item was sold out and it's not sold out? So you might have to do it twice. That's called censorship. Now, if you have a PayPal, of course you can pay with your PayPal. But see this? Pay with debit card. I just put a fake email in. But then you're going to want to put your real one in when you pay, because how am I going to know to email you? See, okay, so you don't want to put log in. You go to continue as guest. Then fix your email if you put a fake one in. I wouldn't recommend, but if you put your real one in, it might try to take you to your PayPal. So you can put a fake one in till there and then put your real one in, phone number, your credit card, expiration date, all that shit. And that's it. It's that simple. And then boom. After you're done, pay. See? Done. This just adds, it's a safer checkout. But if you have PayPal, you can do a pay later thing and all that stuff. I can't believe they just tried that and said one of the items were sold out. That was some slick shit they tried right there. But anyways, just like we're decoding right here, you can get a full breakdown on you. It'll just be based on you and not a song or a singer. You know what I mean? It'll be your breakdown. It'll break down your astrology, your birth date, your zodiac sign, your life path number, and most importantly, your Gematria. So you know what your source code is. So you know what synchronicities to look out for, which is your higher self, your higher state of consciousness, trying to lead you like, hey, look at this. So people like Lady Gaga are being used by the elite to harvest the life force of the masses, this Loosh energy with her music. Think about how many people share her song, especially this new song, Abracadabra. And we just find out the whole internet, www, it's all tied into CERN. CERN is built on the ancient temple of Apollo. They're trying to open up the abyss, Revelations 9:11, and it says they had a king over them, the angel of the abyss, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue, Apollyon, Apollo. I am the god Apollo, 63 in Chaldean. What show on Apple TV did that black dude keep saying that? Remember, it was a really crazy show. Came out on Apple TV, and the guy kept saying that. I am the god Apollo. I am the god Apollo. Can't remember it, though. And then his wife went to an island, and he thought his child was some fairy baby, that it wasn't the real baby. So his wife was like trying to kill it. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I'm waiting for season 2 because the end of it ended very bizarrely. Like there was some giant troll coming at the end of it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The series I'm talking about? Nobody in the comments seems to know. So we still got, maybe because I'm way behind in comments. There we go. All right. Shiva statue in front. You like the everything that we do is around CERN right now. Yes, you're right. William Powell's. Everything that we do revolves around CERN right now. You're 100% right. And if somebody remembers that series on Apple TV where he kept saying, I'm the god Apollo, please let me know. Because that's going to drive me nuts, man. And me and Ani D was going to decode it too, and I cannot remember it for the life of me. Remember, he went to that island to get his wife back because his wife just disappeared, and he went looking for her, and he was reading that fairy tale book, and then he went under the subway system, and then he went to this island where all these witches were, and there was kids there. It was very bizarre. The Changeling, Distraction Factory. Shout out to the Distraction Factory. It's called the Changeling. Yes. And that's what his kid was. He thought it was a changeling. Like the fairy comes and takes the kid and then puts a changeling there. It's like this little demon thing. So back in that, mythology and especially among the Scottish people, they would actually like leave their kids in the woods if they thought it was a changeling because they thought, oh no, this is not our child. Our kid's living happy with the fairy. That thing that died there was the changeling that we left out there to die. So it's pretty crazy. Look into changelings. But yeah, that was a good series there. So ever wonder why you never feel good after watching the nightly news, aside from it being blatantly fake narratives, spun propaganda machines? It is also fear-mongering and stressing you out. This is because invisible higher dimensional dark entities, archons, and chimeras feed off the negative energy and emotions that the humans are conditioned to emit. Before we can understand what Loosh is, we must first understand what our life force is. So I actually have a video that breaks this down a little more. I'm going to show you here in a second. But look, guys, Abracadabra 33. What I tell you the whole time, the song was an ancient alchemical ritual. Alchemy 33, right? Alchemy 33. Beelzebub 33. That's the entity that they binded to the music. Who is Beelzebub? It's Baal. It was the Canaanite god Baal, the Lord of the Flies. And they actually said he could fly. He was a very high-ranking demon. I looked all into him in demonology, and they called him the Lord of the Flyers. And then it emerged into the Lord of the Flies. But they said he could fly. So some people think he was just an advanced alien, all kinds of weird shit. I don't know. He's probably most likely a demon. Black goo is 33. And I showed you the connection there with Lady Gaga and the black goo and that red hat and what I think it represents, right? And how the spikes pop up in the beginning of this video with the whole black goo. Now, like I said, I can't read this part about Moderna's website disclosure, but you can go on their website and look for yourself. They admit it on their whole website, and they give you the patent numbers. What I can do is talk about black goo, how it defies the laws of physics in our physical world. It can stretch to 35 times its girth, build pliable circuits onto the human skin, embed itself into the body, function as a biosensor that would mold itself to the human body. If broken, the pieces can easily stick together again. Placed on the forehead, black goo can read and translate facial expressions. When stretched over the throat, black goo turns speech into electrical signals. In the future, it could provide the foundation for soft-bodied robots, and we're probably already there. I say the future because I mean what they give us, the knowledge they tell us anyways. We're probably so far past that. Black goo has been featured in many movies such as Lucy, Stranger Things, Spider-Man 3, Alien Covenant, Prometheus, A Haunting in Connecticut, Aries. Oh, that is a great one. Watch this, guys. Aries. You want to watch about what the elites do? And black goo. Hey, wait, this is not Aries. Netflix Aries. Siri. No, it's on Netflix, right? I didn't call you, Siri. Go off. I hate my new iPhone 16. So integrate. Yeah. Netflix is Ari's, guys. See her eye crying the black goo. Look, this is the craziest series I ever watched. I didn't. I was like so shocked when I seen it, and then at the end, it's like takes you for a total loop. I don't know how it got a 5.7 out of a 10 rating. That's bullshit. It should have got an 8 for sure. It was a great series. It was a Dutch television show, and that's probably why people didn't like it. Because I think they're speaking in Dutch and using it's in English though, but how they talk in Dutch when they put the English words over it, their mouth moves pretty similar to the English, so you can barely tell. The whole time I thought they were really speaking English. Like it's not like a Japanese movie where you know what I'm saying? But it is unreal. And then you think the whole time it's like they're doing all these satanic rituals and sacrificing people to this entity, but it's really like this alien entity that they captured that looks like this old woman. It's crazy, man. And then she starts throwing up the black goo in the toilet, and they start taking it out of the toilet and drinking it. They keep it. It's bizarre. I haven't watched it in a long time, so I'd have to rewatch it because I can't remember everything in it. But it's so bizarre. Yeah, there's something up with the black goo, guys. Billie Eilish, she's down with it. They all are. They all have that black goo crying from their eye. That represents soul scraping. It's a droning ritual where this nano worm goes in through the eye, wrapping around the optic nerve, taking over the consciousness of the host. And it allows one of these frail archons, reptilians, whatever you want to call it, demon, to use your body as an avatar. That's what the black goo is. So, yeah, I was in the movie Silver Surfer. I believe the black goo programmable microchip will contain the triple helix DNA genome code of Lucifer, Nimrod, and Apollo. The book of Daniel prophesied 5 separate ages representing gold, silver, bronze, and iron and clay. And right now with Trump, that image going viral with Trump's golden statue, and they're putting it next to Nebuchadnezzar with that statue with the 5 ages. That's what that represents, guys. So people ain't even paying attention to the symbolism here. That's what that shit represents. And that was the dream Nebuchadnezzar had, remember? So I believe the black goo programmable microchip contains the triple helix DNA genome code of Lucifer, Nimrod, and Apollo. In the book of Daniel, prophesies 5 separate ages representing gold, silver, bronze, iron, clay, and stone. Humans living in the present 4th age of iron and clay will soon be able to access the philosopher's stone and its legendary alchemical substance, black goo, mixing the iron of technology with the clay, an image of man, right? Creating an eternal transhuman. One of the most well-known fallen angels associated with bringing forbidden knowledge to humanity is Azazel from Jewish mythology. Now, interestingly, Israelites is 33 in Pi Gematria, matching Abracadabra, which makes sense. It's derived from that word, kind of Aramaic Hebrew. Then Nephilim is 33 in the Pi cipher. The Nephilim were the offspring created when the fallen angels mated with the humans. And they were supposed to possess this forbidden knowledge. Now, 33 is where the fallen angels brought the forbidden knowledge on the 33rd parallel, Mount Hermon. And in the book of Enoch, Azazel was the leader among the watchers, a group of angels who descended to Earth and taught humans various arts and sciences, including the secrets of magic. And then there was I can never say his name though, but he's the one who taught enchantment and spells. Samajael, Semja, I can't pronounce it. This one. He taught enchantment spells and cutting of roots, a nod to the use of plants and magic and medicine. So that was this fallen angel that taught magic right here, which is probably etymology. Semitic etymology contains the letter shin and mem, suggesting the diversion from either name Hebrew or heavens. Yeah, he was in the book of Enoch, one of the watchers. Oh, look. His fellow watchers then each took human women for wives. He was one of the ones that took a human woman and bestowed knowledge upon them. The children born from this partnership are known as the Nephilim. And they were giants and they cannibalized us. They started eating us. That's why the flood came, right? Because of them. These damn giants. It's kind of funny too, because the Smithsonian has pretty much wiped them out of existence. And like back in the 1800s, you would see these people that were 11, 12 foot tall everywhere. Not like everywhere, but here and there. They were around. You would see them. And now it's not you really don't see them no more. It's like they went underground or something. Because they didn't just stop being born, I'll tell you that. But they're the ones with all the advanced technology. And the Anunnaki were also depicted as 15 to 16 foot tall. So they're a representation of that same entity, right? Same thing. Which Nimrod's in that 33. He's the one that built the Tower of Babel. He had sex with his mother, Queen Semiramis, and she claimed that Nimrod had become a god and that he was resurrected as his son Tammuz. So they had sex with each other and created Tammuz. And Semiramis, Nimrod, and Tammuz also represents Osiris, Isis, and Horus. It's that same archetype. A lot of people don't know that either. But you see Nimrod's 33, Tammuz is 33, pure DNA is 33. This is what they're trying to corrupt, the pure DNA. Why did God flood the world? Because there was no more pure DNA. Right? They corrupted the seed, which is also 33. Semiramis, Tammuz, and the Queen of Heaven. She's pretty much, like I said, Isis. Cast a Spell is 33, and then Christos is 33. Christos, this is what they're trying to destroy. The secretion of Christ oil is a process occurring in the human brain. The colostrum signals the production of the secretion known as Christ oil or chrism. And it is a literal reference to the Christ/God abiding in the human body. So God is within us. Our body is the temple, right? Christ lives within you. And this Christ oil is produced in the brain, but is yet to get anointed by traveling down and back up the spinal cord. And it goes up the 33 vertebrae of the spine. Well, they say Jesus Christ died at 33 years old in 33 AD. the oil flows down to the pelvis area where it reaches the I can't even pronounce that, located in the sacrum and the sacral bone, some crazy ass words. It travels back up, reaching the solar plex, the third chakra, where it awaits the germination of the seed. The Christ oil travels up to the heart chakra, my favorite. That's why I use green, where it is nourished and loved. Then it reaches the throat chakra, where it crosses the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is so awesome because that's there. See, with my voice, why I can't talk, I really believe I'm being targeted in my throat chakra with a direct energy weapon. That vagus nerve is what we used to heal ourselves with certain frequencies, and especially when the secretion past the vagus nerve. That's why we were living 900 years back in the day, right? We knew all this sacred knowledge. We knew how to use it. Now they calcify the pineal gland, put fluoride in the water. They don't teach us how to do it. They don't teach you that when say you're a Capricorn, when Capricorn's in its moon sign, that's when you're supposed to start fasting. That's when you're supposed to, for 4 days, because the secretion, the colostrum, it stays there for 2 days, and then it's resurrected. It stays on the cross, and then it's resurrected, and then it goes back to where it came from. And that's when you're ignited. Christ oil travels up the heart chakra, where it is nourished with love. It reaches the throat chakra, where it crosses the vagus nerve, reaching the optic thalamus. The oil is magnified 1,000 folds, and then it crosses the blood and brain regeneration, and more takes place. The number 33 is also tied. I already broke that part down to the 33rd parallel and all that. But that Christos oil, that colostrum, is the key to everything. They are trying to destroy the pineal gland, which there's been a lot of studies that suggest the soul is in the pineal gland, guys. And did you know when we die, the second you die, the second your heart stops and you take your last breath, you lose, hold on, how do I get back on here? Let me get myself back. There we go. You lose 21 grams instantly, which is your soul. Instantaneously. So before we go, I have one more video I wanted to show you. It kind of represents the pyramid of death, and it was done a little while ago, but it's really good on this loose energy harvesting. So I thought it'd be a good one to show on the way we end this video. Damn, we did a 2-hour video. That's crazy.
In 5D, and today we're going to talk about who really runs this world. In ancient times, we were led to believe that the pharaohs had the greatest power, but they were merely covering up the fact that extraterrestrials were on the land long beforehand. As part of their cover-up, they changed the head of the Sphinx from a lion to the face of Pharaoh Khafra. Because this face is so disproportional, it's quite obvious that the original creation was not that of a man-lion hybrid. As civilizations grew while empires rose and fell, the next pyramid of control was represented by the monarchy, with the king at the top of the pyramid. As globalization increased, the new system of power became the Vatican, as crusades and inquisitions murdered millions of people throughout the years in their quest for ultimate global power. If you think you own anything, you're wrong. Even if you paid cash for your house, the Pope still owns it, according to the Papal Bull decrees of 1455 and 1493. According to researcher Santos Bonacci, in the year 1302, Pope Boniface VII created the first express trust in history. When the Crusaders left their homes and riches behind, the Church developed a plan to help their trusted friends. In essence, I will hand over my estate to you while I go to Jerusalem to fight for Christ. The person that's given the rights to these estates became the trustee, the owner of the property. In some cases, when the knights came back from fighting, they found out that the trustee decided to keep their possessions. The courts would not support the knights because the trustee had the right to keep their property. Because of the Roman Catholic Church's desire to control through their inquisitions, they decided that they would create the first express trust called Unum Sanctum, which was written on a papal bull and placed in their vault. On the papal bull, it says that all of the souls in the world belong to the Roman Catholic Church. And they do, because no one has challenged their claim. Your birth certificate is the title of the soul that they own.
I rebuke that, and no, you do not own my soul, and I want my money on that birth certificate. I'm coming to cash that shit in. You know your birth certificate, guys? It's the Sestave Act of 1666, I think. And it means we're lost and dead at sea, right? We're literally considered dead. And there's like each one of your birth certificates are worth over $1 million. Some of them a couple million. No joke. We need to cash in on that shit and become sovereign entities.
Registries. They have registered you, and that title is the title to your soul. The Holy See owns everything, so while you're lost at sea, the Vatican claims ownership of everything, just like they did to the knights who fought their wars. Because secret societies are so compartmentalized, even they have their own pyramid of control. For example, the Freemasons have a Christian Bible in all of their lodges, but at the top of Freemasonry, you'll find the Luciferian doctrine that honors and worships the fallen angel Lucifer. The highest level of Freemasonry is the 33rd degree, where they have...
And that's where you find out. So when, these lower level Masons, they don't even know. Paranoid American's about to know because he got invited to become a 33rd. So, he's probably going to go through all kinds of little sodomy shit. Who knows what they're going to do to him. We got to pray for him, guys. But it gets real at that level. Uh-oh, they froze my thing. Hold on. Trying to hack us right now. That ain't going to work. Sorry, guys. That is not going to work.
Have a motto of Ordo ab Chao, which means order out of chaos. Many people believe the Vatican is at the top of the pyramid. What many people do not realize is that the Pope is being controlled in secrecy by a person known as the Black Pope. This system of control is similar to any democratic election process, where politicians are selected, not elected. The current acting Pope is merely a puppet and spokesman for the Black Pope. So, if the Pope is so powerful and has enough net worth to feed, clothe, and shelter every person on the planet, then why is there starvation and homelessness? Why does the Vatican own so much gold, and who truly is pulling the strings of the Black Pope? According to the Sumerian texts, the Anunnaki came to this planet in search of gold to use as microdust in order to save their depleted atmosphere, similar to what we're seeing here on our own planet. At first, they used their own lineage to mine the gold on this planet, but eventually, they decided it would be easier to genetically manipulate the existing species of man on Earth to mine gold for them. This explains why gold is considered such a valuable asset on our planet. It also explains why the Vatican has so much of it, because they're simply answering to their overlords, the Anunnaki. So, who's above the Pope? Lower-level malevolent extraterrestrials such as the reptilians and Dracos have their hands in all facets of our society. We even see how
these are the Archons, and Archons are depicted as reptilian, or some even look like spiders, guys. Demons, Archon, whatever you want to call it. Alien is just a new word for it. Alien, look at the word, it says a lie, but whatever. They, let them call it whatever they want to.
Overlords protect their buildings with gargoyles, and how the reptilian is prominent in ancient symbolism. So who's above the reptilians and Dracos? The Anunnaki are the Draco and reptilian overlords, yet just like those competing for the ultimate power on this planet, these factions are battling themselves as well. In alchemy, there's a saying, as above, so below. Our planet has been in total peace for only 8% of our recorded history. So, if as above, so below applies, then there are numerous wars going on in the heavens above. It once again boils down to power and control. Just like on our planet, the malevolent extraterrestrials use fear as their source for control as well. It's become obvious that this planet is being terraformed for one of these malevolent factions. With their need for gold and through the use of advanced technology, the Anunnaki are above the reptilians and Dracos. But who's above them? According to the Gnostic text, the Nag Hammadi, Archons are part of the Demiurge, who basically feed off of our fear through various control systems, such as religion, government, the mainstream media, and money. According to Cameron Day, Jehovah plays a main role in this deception, along with every religion that uses fear as a tool for control. They may come through as ascended masters or archangels as well, but basically they are unseen and feed off of negative energy perpetuated through fear. The Archons are basically imposing their dominance over another person or group of people and are violating our personal energy. So who's above the Archons? Just like the Wizard of Oz, there's a malevolent being or race of beings who feed off of negative energy. This explains why you'll never feel good after watching the nightly news or reading the headlines of any mainstream newspaper. It's a vicious cycle of fear, death, pain, suffering, misery, and sacrifices to the overlords. So how do we escape this system of perpetual fear and economic slavery? First off, don't give them your power. Renounce your own personal sovereignty by saying that you no longer agree to be part of their system of control. According to Cameron Day, the first step is to engage the self-clearing system protocols and revoke all agreements that you have made with any beings that don't have your best interests in mind. Next, revoke all agreements to see reality in polarized terms. Every time you revoke agreements, be sure to reclaim your energy that had gone into them. Then affirm your commitment to transcend the control paradigms of the corrupt demiurge without being sidetracked by the pointless polarity battles. You can also turn off your TV, literally. Whether your TV is turned on or turned off, it can emit negative frequencies that play on your psyche. Virtually everything that's on TV is a distraction that prevents you from finding your true divine purpose for being here. Lastly, we all need to come together. As I mentioned in this article, once the bottom of the pyramid unites, the rest will collapse. This is why those in power right now are trying to push race wars and have kept us economically divided. We have the power in numbers to make this world into a literal paradise without the need for economic subservience. But it all boils down to everyone coming together under a common cause and standing up for the best interests of humanity. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment below. Please remember to like and to subscribe to In5D videos. That's it for now. This is Greg from In5D.
Shout out to Greg. He still has a channel too, In5D on YouTube. Go check him out, guys. He's still doing videos over there. Ain't that crazy? He did this video like 12 years ago, but it still holds up today, right? Pretty good video. Yeah, man. I mean, we're dealing with some crazy shit. They say the chimeras are above of the archons. The chimeras. And like, what in the hell is that? That's what I want to know. What are these damn chimeras they talk about? It's just like, pretty much we're just being fed on and fed on and fed on by all these different entities. But you just got to rebuke them. And that's all we can do. And you know me, I'm not one to tell you if you believe in a God or whatever, that's your choice. You're allowed to believe in whatever God you want. I don't think that enslaves you. I think that was leaked into the truth movement to try to take people further away from source, the creator, because there is a true God. But that's just my opinion. I don't know everything. I don't have the answers to everything. But, I try my best. Now, again, our sponsors, the links are down in the description. Check out the Nano Soma. It helps to get the GMOs out of you, all them damn nanotoxins that they're putting inside of us. Really amazing product. A lot of really good benefits. I got mine right here, guys, right in front of me. I'm going to do 5 sprays right now. Hold on a second. I put mine under the tongue because I read it absorbs in faster. But the guy I interviewed on this, he said you don't have to put under the tongue, but I do. It starts to, once it cleanses your body too, at first he said it can taste kind of, even nasty. It never tasted nasty to me. But then by the end, once you're all cleaned out, it just tastes like kind of like water with a hint of, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Water with like a hint of sugar. You know what I mean? But I really never got a nasty flavor from. But I guess some people say, depending on how many toxins they have in their body, it can taste like puke and all kinds of stuff. And that video is down in the description. You can watch our whole interview. The interview's on this YouTube too. And this person, this is before this is after they started taking it. They got jabbed up. Then they had that all over their body. They started taking the Nano Soma, and then boom. And this doesn't have nanotechnology in it. This is nano emulsions. It's organic. It's just really small molecules. They have to get it so small, and they can only use water from I don't want to say the wrong place, Switzerland. It's patent in Switzerland. Has to have a special kind of water to create this nano emulsion, or it won't work. Because when people see the name, they're like, oh shit, Nano Soma, it's got nanos in it. No, it doesn't, guys. And don't forget Body Align and the 5G Energy Wellness products. They're down below as well. The band, you know, all that's down below. And even in the Talmud, they talked about these lizards, these reptilians. They said they lived in the water, though. Lizard species living in the water. So, you know, the Grail are real. They are some real entities, these Grail. And I think they have inhabited a lot of these elites. But that Nano Soma changed my life. I show this picture all the time because it really did save me. I was putting that gel on my leg. It ate all that fungus off. I mean, I almost lost my leg, guys. It started eating. Look at this. It started eating my leg. It started as a spider bite right here. And then it turned into staph and just started eating my whole leg up. Scab, it was falling off. It was crazy. And I got on this whole supplement. By 3 days later, that was my leg. I finished all this, and now it's fine. But yeah, it was bad. I was dealing with it for a minute too. And like you can see, if you want to get a decode and find out your role in this simulation, are you a first player character connected to that Jupiter, Zeus, Jesus archetype? Or are you a non-player character like Lady Gaga connected to Saturn, Kronos, Satan? Find out today. The link is in the bio. I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with me. When you see these celebrities walking around with the black goo leaking from their eyeball or the blood dripping down, that represents soul scraping. That's because they let a nano worm into their eye and they got some type of freaking entity controlling them. So with that being said, Truthful out.
Yo, we living in a sim, reality's a game. NPCs around us, they all look the same. Soulless entities controlled by AI. Quantum computer running life, asking why. Are you just a player, controlled by machine? Or a first player character, living the dream? Tap into the code, break free from the lies. Decode your Gematria, see through their disguise. In the simulation, what's your role, what's your fate? Are you real or controlled, can you navigate? Elites use Gematria, secrets in the code. Find out your archetype, let the truth unfold. Super quantum computer, pulling all the strings. NPCs moving like puppets on a swing. The Matrix got nothing on the life we lead. Green letters falling, it's the truth we need. Are you just a player, controlled by machine? Or a first player character, living the dream? Tap into the code, break free from the lies. Decode your Gematria, see through their disguise. In the simulation, what's your role, what's your fate? Are you real or controlled, can you navigate? Elites use Gematria, secrets in the code. Find out your archetype, let the truth unfold. Archetypes defined from NPCs to Neo. First players rise, let your true self show. Through the